también enemigos. Sí, un miniboss. Van a hacer un reward también. El sargento, chico, ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde está el sargento? Rhino costo reward. Raya dificultad.
Especially now that we have so much more content at the end of
Y
the game, and not removing any content, but just making sure that it all just sort of now makes sense now that
sí,
we have
para
so
Bor.
much cool stuff. And this is something that's going to continue to go on as even more updates continue to roll out.
Amazing.
¿Y van a hacer algunos reajustes de orbitamiento o estoy leyendo mal yo, chicos? O estoy leyendo mal. A ver si alguien me puede ayudar con lo último. Que mi inglés, la verdad que está pobre mi inglés. Lo último, ¿qué dice? Desbloqueo de orbitamiento. Creo que eso, ¿no? ¿Van a hacer un reajuste en el desbloqueo de la forma de que se desbloquea el orbitamiento o estoy equivocado?
Yeah. Included in that, and we showed a little bit of it a couple of dev streams ago, Vor is getting a rework. His first
bien.
original boss
Gracias,
fight
Sweet.
is getting
Gracias, Sweet.
completely refreshed.
Van a poner el drop de ítem en la tienda de orbitamiento. Buenísimo, gracias. Gracias, Sweet.
Vor fight, and if you are a existing Tenno, you can also play it
Orbitamiento desbloqueado de la convergencia.
a little bit more fun with it. Yeah, maybe there's a secret in there.
Ok.
As well, we're doing a bit of an enemy refresh, so the bailiffs are becoming a little bit of a mini boss earlier on. The ballistas are getting a little bit of a sniper rework, and the eviscerator is getting some aerial denial grenades. So just trying to spice up the enemy variant that you get at the kind of the beginning
Rhino
of the game.
costo dice.
As well,
Pero no se sabe de qué costo estamos hablando.
I think every update we do a little bit of a
Rhino
junction
costo,
touch.
pero
This one's actually
significa
a
que
much
se que
bigger one,
no
'cause
no
we're
dicen
kind
de
of
qué.
changing all of
Bueno,
the
seguramente
tasks
sí.
for it and the rewards for it. The patch notes will obviously have a comprehensive write-up of this. We actually have a dev workshop going live very soon. I know Taylor wrote it, and she's going to make it go live at some point during this that has all this information. Rhino cost rework, just looking at what it takes to craft him, and the railjack difficulty in the new war.
De materiales.
Yeah, it turns out if you have never played Railjack and start the new war, you get destroyed. So took us 4 years to realize it, but it's fine.
And so what this is us looking at when you load into the new war with your railjack. It could be good, it could be bad. And this
Gracias,
is just looking
Carva.
at how can
Ahora
you
lo
make
estoy
your
mirando
railjack
eso.
kind of pimp out your ride a little bit more in terms of
No,
that
no es
situation,
caro,
difficulty of
para nada,
enemies,
Win.
perhaps. We're looking at it, seeing what is going to fly and what's going to
Para nada es caro de armar.
Plant pickups, instead of scanning plants anymore, you just get to pick them up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, don't clap. I liked the scanning.
Hell yeah.
I liked the scanning. I thought it felt like a cool thing. You can clap, it's fine. I'll take the L. I thought it was neat.
I met some very passionate Railjack players at Tenno VIP last night, so we had a good chat about Railjack.
No creo allí.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Did you
I have
take
some
notes?
notes to give you.
Yeah, I knew it.
I got
Yes,
some
no.
Porque es un Warframe
Yeah, okay.
que lo
As
usa
well,
mucho la gente que es
arbitrations
nueva.
unlock from junctions instead, just to
No
get
se la
players
van a
to
complicar a los
arbitrations little
nuevos.
bit quicker. And of course, quality of life coming in this update. More Kim
A
proto-frame
ver, chicos, más.
conversations chat.
Protoframe. A ver. Kim, protoframe.
The original 6, so the dateable ones,
Ok,
are
esto
going
es.
to get,
Ah, no, esto es calidad de
10
vida, chicos, calidad de vida.
conversations each that are at the end of
En
their
Encarnón,
journey with you. So 3 longer
ventas,
form ones and like
cambios en la
7
venta de
sort of
armas en
shorter
Encarnón.
ones. Those will be coming in the June update. So.
Arthur will notice me again. This is so exciting.
Senpai!
Sí.
Yay!
Más charla
We
con
also
los,
have some changes coming to
con los
the
protoframes.
Incarnate shop, so Kalervo,
Cambios en la
this
venta
is- right
de
now
las
we
Encarnón.
have a kind of set amount of incarnans that you can buy from Kalervo, and this is
Aumentos de
going to change
Warframe.
up so that
Aumento
whatever
para
that week's
Kalervo.
circuit rotation is,
No, no,
you will
no es
have it in
nuevo
Kalervo
proto.
store. I was talking
Blaco,
to someone last
no es
night
nuevo
about
proto.
incarnans, and they were like, "I'm still trying to grind out
Caballero.
Por lo que
What
estoy
did I say?
mirando.
Calervo.
Oh God,
I was like, wait a minute, we're adding a vendor.
Cavalero."
No, chico,
fault is
Mele.
that narrative?
Cambios en la mail, en el cortante. No me jodan en el cortante de la mail.
It's not Cat's fault.
No me van a hacer cambiar todas las builds.
We're also looking at the
Guay,
classic
ay, ay,
incarnate
eso no me
path well,
gusta,
see if we can get any pain points
Yo
that we
tengo
can
muchas
point
huilas
to
sangrado.
there. We have some dojo quality of life, Captura quality of life. We're doing a quick access wheel for Captura, which is going to be super quick and easy to just...
Chest selfie.
That's right.
Chest
Nipples
hair
out. Yeah, all that stuff. Really good.
Y
We
bueno,
have some new
ropita para el
operator hair
operador,
coming
pareciera, no
with the
sé qué es
Flare,
eso.
Minerva, Velimir, and Kaya hair. So if you want to adorn your operator with that hair, you can do that. 4 Warframe augments are coming. Coolervo. Caliban, which you might have seen on the last dev stream. We did it live.
Mala mía.
Katrine and Jade are going to be
Claro,
getting an augment.
slam,
It's called twins.
es golpe contra el suelo,
Oh.
no es cortante. Mal. La zampote.
What's the problem?
F por Andrea,
And it's only got
F,
some melee slam
F por
changes
Andrea y
coming,
Eli,
but-
F,
Oh, a
F.
cheer. We'll see about that one.
Yeah, they're happy. But you
Hay
don't
que
want to
ver
hear us
igual, hay
yap
que ver a
about
ver
it,
qué van a
'cause we're
hacer.
missing a very crew person to this couch, and that's Mr. Pablo. Pablo, take it away.
Live from satellite.
Hello. I'm here to talk to you about melee slams. Ooh, not the funnest of conversations, but here we go. For the longest time, I don't know, 10 years or so, they were pretty useless because they didn't scale with
Bien.
mods at all.
Arbitamiento en la convergencia de Plutón, en lugar de todos los nodos. O sea que ahorita mismo, chicos, no van a tener que desbloquear arbitamiento desbloqueando camino en acero. Ahora van a tener que hacer la convergencia de Plutón nada más para tener arbitamiento. Es mucho más accesible, obviamente. A ver, culero. Está mostrando el golpe contra el suelo. Ok. A ver cuál es el cambio.
But what you did was more like this, where you barely jump and you just
No, hay
slam
que
the
ver, tío,
ground
hay que ver.
and basically spam
Están
it
hablando
like
justamente de
crazy.
eso.
And that has become a serious problem. The main reason it's a problem is because it's very easy to automate. A lot of people are starting to use this with macros and things like that. And basically, it's not too hard to get into a position where you're fairly safe and you can just leave this running and it can just kind of play the game for you. It's also very disruptive for other players because since the damage numbers that it does are so large and it has no energy cost, no nothing like that, it means that essentially you could just spam it forever. So we're going to change it. How we're going to change it is that essentially
por el spameo,
you can still do the little hop and slam, but the radius that it will hit will change based on how high you were. So it actually fits the fiction quite well. So if you jumped up, let's say 5 meters, we're still going to work in this number, so don't take these ones as the Bible, but let's say 5 meters, you jump down with the slam, then you will do about the same radius that you're doing today. But if you go all the 12 meters up, which is a bullet jump, and then do the slam from there,
sí, es entendible,
slightly bigger than what it is today.
Es entendible.
Something like that. Again, the
Creo que no le afecta a la zampote igual, porque es una pasiva. Creo que la zampote no le afecta, chicos. Hay que ver si le afecta a la zampote. Porque la zampote es una pasiva. Ahora dependiendo de... pero tiene totalmente sentido lo que está diciendo él. Tiene totalmente sentido. Mientras más alto saltes, más rango va a tener ataque.
The other problem that we gotta solve is this one. We made a mistake the way we made this mods.
Depende de cómo lo veas, pechugas.
Essentially, right now, the idea with the Nira set is that they give 100% damage to your
vamos a ver qué pasa con el tema este.
And if you have 2 mods, then they do 100% damage. So, in this case, the base damage is 500. You put 1 mod on, and it does 2,000. Well, that's not 100%. And over here, you put 2 mods, and it does 4,500. Well, that's also not 200%.
Claro.
So what happened? Essentially, the mods are giving you
los mods de Nira, que eran los que más se usaban en los warframe.
The slam damage and above to melee damage, like the melee damage that
yo tengo Ash igual, pero si no lo encuentro me das uno tuyo, Ash. Yo tengo igual, tengo correo también yo.
So obviously this wasn't intended, and we
pasaron las matemáticas, sí.
As strong as it looks here,
exactamente, Skull.
Numbers look so big is because there's no other mods.
Con razón que hace tanto daño, mira vos.
Increase your melee damage or some arcanes
mira
or
vos.
whatever it might be that increases your melee damage, the buff becomes smaller and smaller proportionally. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the melee damage part of these mods, and we're going to change the slam attack instead of 100% to 150% to compensate for the change. In some cases, this can actually end up being even a buff if you have a lot of base melee damage. So if you have something like Vex Armor or whatever, it actually can be beneficial change with this 150 because this slam damage is a final multiplier versus the other one, which gets combined with your melee damage. Anyways, that's it. So yeah, those are the two changes. I hate making videos like this telling you about things we need to nerf, but unfortunately, these ones have become
Esto no cambia nada, tío.
problematic due to automation and disturbing other players.
Solamente para la gente que usa macros, nada más.
You're not too upset. Take care.
No cambia nada.
Adiós.
Este cambio es porque hay gente que usa macros para el golpe contra el suelo.
Pablo.
Pero la gente que juega normal va a saltar y va a pegar el suelo. A los jugadores normales no le va a cambiar nada esto. Prácticamente. El tema del salto más alto y eso. Lo que pasa es que había un spameo de pip, pip, pip contra el suelo. Usando macros, capaz.
And you commit to things. I do. Like buffing the ambassador.
Okay, yes.
No, a mí no me cambió nada, chicos, prácticamente.
Of course. Do you remember what you did?
Yes, I remember it well.
Yeah, so what did you do?
Hace millones de daño, tío.
Math, I did some math.
Okay, so as a result, this
hacer
is like the
10
one
millones
time
de
a
daño
year rare
y hacer
moment where Steve
5 no te
will say
cambia.
these things and promise him we'll do them. So if you do
No,
find
no le
the
cortaron el
ambassador for
rango.
the 2 week, we are buffing it in Isleweaver, as well as we're making it so that corrupted
No
hollow
acortaron el
keys are a
rango.
little easier to get.
Arreglaron un bot que estaba
insofar
mal.
as you'll be guaranteed
En realidad fue un
one
error de ellos.
or two, I forget the number, a number.
Hubo
You
un
did it,
error de
I don't
cálculo.
remember. If you
It's in
do
here.
Railjack mission.
Arreglaron un
Just
error.
a little more smooth.
Can everyone say thanks, Steve?
Thanks,
No
Steve.
es algo negativo.
No, it wasn't me. That's a win for chat because I'm just
Yeah.
Había un error de cálculo en el tema del daño.
You are a vessel.
I'm a vessel for that.
Speaking of chat, while that slam video was happening, I saw a comment that said, "Please DE Valkyr rework."
Oh. Oh.
That could be good.
There's some light clapping.
Yeah.
Claro. Pero eso no es
There we
nerfeo.
go. Thank you.
Well, we miss Pablo so much.
We
He's
gotta
back
call him
again
back.
to tell you about the Valkyr rework.
Summon him again.
Pablo.
Exactamente.
Hello.
Exactamente,
Talking
Skull.
about Valkyr rework,
Exactamente.
long requested.
Porque ahora vas a poder tener hasta más rango si querés.
So, let's start with her
Con mod de
passive.
doble salto,
Her passive
Skull.
used to be, if you get knocked
O sea,
down,
no es
you
nerfeo,
recover
es bufeo.
faster from it.
Chicos,
Cat would do.
ustedes, hay un mod
It wasn't exactly a
que tiene
beloved
4 que
passive,
pueden saltar 4 veces.
mostly because, you'd rather not get knocked
La
down
que
to
yo
begin
jugué.
with. But also,
Con ese mod
during her
van a tener un
form, she's
rango
immune to
tremendo.
knockback, so didn't really
Revuelo
pay attention
Valkyr.
to that. So now if you in the lower right, you can see that indicator there for melee damage. That is like your rage meter. As
Yo lo
you
veo como un
attack
bufeo lo del
enemies or
rango,
kill enemies or get finishers, that gives you even more. This bar builds up and gives you melee damage. So if we go over here, so you see as I start attacking, it starts building up the meter down there for your rage. It also does one more thing, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I'm going to save that for a little bit. So that is how that works. Then if I want to move around, I can use her one. As you can see now, her one actually moves significantly faster, and it actually kind of doesn't stop midway. It used to be that essentially we just take you a little bit of the way and then just let you be. Now it actually moves along with you. And the other thing it does, if you cast it on an enemy, it actually gathers enemies down for you to be able to knock them down. So you can use it as not only as, it's like a more aggressive version. So instead of pulling the enemies to you, pulls you to the enemy, and then you can just start whacking on them. Warcry was already a pretty solid ability, but we did do some changes. Now you can cast it while you move, as you can see. Now you don't have to
Está
stop.
utilizando la ulti, ¿no?
You
No,
can
la
now
2, la
recast
2.
it, so you don't no longer have to wait for it to be over to be able to cast it, and it's now affinity range. So that
Claro, como
means
utilizar la
any
ulti, que la ulti las
allies
agarra.
that are within affinity range will now get it. Also, if they leave
Es
the
la
range
habilidad
and
2.
then come back, they'll get the buff again. So before it was kind of a pain in the ass because you had to like cast it at the very beginning of the mission. So now you have like more flexibility with that. For your 3 paralysis, we did a few changes. It no longer requires you to lose your shield. So as you can see, my shields are still there. And you can see now he has the vulnerability bar, but it disappears if I switch to my range. So that is only melee vulnerability. That means all your melee attacks do more damage to them. And that
Sí,
also
Oscar.
applies for other allies.
Tiene el
So if,
cuervo, el
if
ermito,
you cast this on
Valkyr,
enemies and then other
para
allies
melee.
use their melee
Tiene
on
el
them,
cuervo, al ermito,
it
Valkyr.
will take more damage. It also slows down enemies. That used to
Culero
be
para
a
el mito
Warcry,
Call
but
para
in
mí es lo
Warcry
mejor
it
que
was
hay.
kind of useless because
Para la
you would
gente que
only
usa
do it
melee.
at the beginning, and generally Warcry you kind of try to maintain it.
Para la
So
gente que usa
now
melee para mí es de
remove
lo
that
mejor
into
que hay.
paralysis, and then you can basically start whacking them with it. And now the biggest one, hysteria. Don't panic. This first little bit is gonna be scary, but it's gonna be fine. I promise you. In hysteria, you no longer become fully invulnerable. You now can't take damage during it. So the reason for this is a lot of the mechanics that she had, such as
Esta
extra
sí es la
armor from
ulti. A ver,
Warcry, being one
chicos,
of the
recuerda la
warframes
ulti,
with the
por
most
favor,
armor in
por
the
favor.
game.
Decime que ahora no hay que usar
when you were
deslizante.
totally invulnerable. It also had this whole section where at the end of it you could die if you hadn't done like a certain process that was very confusing for most players. So a lot of people would just end up like, once they were running out of energy, they would just hide in a closet and just wait it out, which was pretty bad. So we really didn't like how that was working, so we changed it. So now you are vulnerable during it, but you are pretty durable, and the claws now do significantly more damage. Oh, so actually this is great. Here comes Stormin to show me. Okay, the lighting on this tile is kind of broken, but don't mind me. So where are you? So there's Stormin. You can see he wasn't long for this world. So let's start with what changed in terms of survivability.
Okay.
We increased the base health and armor of Valkyr just in general. We also made it so the buff from Warcry, which increases your armor by 50%, triples that bonus when you're in Hysteria, so you have way more armor. And lastly, the last part that I kind of talked about with her passive is that if you are above a threshold, and we're still experimenting with where that threshold is, when you take lethal damage, it actually consumes your rage and saves you so you don't die. So you basically have a get out of jail free card there. Since paralysis no longer consumes your shield, that means that you now have shield gate available at most times, so that also protects you. You're not at risk like you were before. So all of this combined, the fact that when you do damage with Hysteria, you heal. So take some damage, and then when I do damage, I immediately healed it up, right? So as long as you're attacking things, you're healing a lot, you have a bajillion armor. So you're in
No, creo que es un bufeo, chicos, es un bufeo, es un bufeo.
So now her range is a little longer.
Sí, sí, es un bufeo, a la ulti.
The combos now all advanced. They used to have a lot of like starts and stops when you were on the animation, so we changed all of those to not be kind of moving forward all the time, so you don't feel like.
O sea, es un sí, es un bufeo,
The multipliers on the combos, all of the ones except for her slide, used to only have like 100% damage, no extra multipliers.
Acá están los ataques, miren, chicos.
Now they all have extra multipliers to make them basically do more damage. I'll show one right here. And also a lot of the attacks now have currently.
No, sí, por eso digo, no es nerfeo, por eso digo para la gente, lo digo por las dudas, que esto es un bufeo, claro.
Hysteria, so now it's easier to maintain.
Hay que ver después, sí, en partida cómo actúa, pero obviamente que es un bufeo.
So you can use your wand to kind of pull enemies like that. As you can see, the multiplier starts building up fairly fast if you can get it into groups.
Es un regur.
That's a whole lot of changes. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Try her out. She's quite a beast now. I really like how much she moves. She's very, very active. You're all over the place. You're always healing. You're always doing damage. Procs all over the place. Very fun. Take care. Bye-bye. Adios.
Oh, Pablo.
Me parece correcto, chicos, me parece correcto. ¿Cuándo vuelve Valkyr? Valkyr ya se puede conseguir carva las reliquias. En el Ray ya sé que se farmea Valkyr Prime. Y Nick Prime, las dos. Rayshot.
Tabletop game that Steve made a barbarian, and I was like, oh, that could.
Sí.
Yeah, anyway.
Suena bien, la verdad. Me parece correcto el cambio.
We will have a dev workshop up in our forums literally right now. Sam, if you're here, put out that dev
Valkyr, chicos, recuerden que se farmea en el Rayshot.
Valkyr's rework. It's kind of the year of Valkyr, I like to say, and I'm biased. Not only is she getting a rework, she is getting our next heirloom skin.
Oh.
No, se ve muy bonito, chicos.
Oh my god.
Oh lord.
Nada, es que es tremendo todo lo que está mostrando,
She will be coming July 21st.
Hace mucho que no veo un dev. Hace mucho que no veo un dev con tanta calidad de skin. Esto es un concepto. Sí, de Valkyrie, chicos, de Valkyrie. De Valkyrie. Nada, se ve hermoso.
I love that you did that.
Yeah, Purdy's incredible.
Me arrepiento.
They came up with the concept,
Me
we reached out
arrepiento.
to them, and then DE, of course,
Esta
took
skin va a
us
valer
away,
200 PL,
but I would love to show you
chicos.
her
Porque es una
in-game.
Hale.
This is definitely
Halo.
it's going to be great.
Estas skins son las caras, las de 200
character art
PL.
team, a lot of folks got together to make sure that
Sí,
we have all of the
exactamente, Win, es
intricacies of the
legado.
skin shown in all
Son las
glory
skin
in the
caras.
game. Ooh.
Las legado.
You can come to Soulframe for chest hair, and you can come. Yeah, this is the most chest focused.
Okay, we're
know what? Never
legally I
mind.
can't say anything.
I can't say anything. Can't dig me. Oh my god.
A lot of potential here, my friends. A lot of potential. Come on.
All right, chat. Let's check chat. Okay.
Is chat okay? Chat?
Are we okay, chat?
Es la combinación de colores, capaz, a veces que le vieron que.
Oh,
Pero-
that looks incredible.
Oh, that looks cool.
Oh
Es como
my
una
god.
gatita,
You
¿no?
said you hadn't seen this in game yet. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of blown away, honestly.
¿Vieron que tiene cara de gatito? Bueno,
And
gatito.
even kind of like
Tremenda
the
tigresa,
rope
qué
physics
gatito.
look amazing.
No,
It's
se ve
the
muy bonita de
incredible-
dorada. Ese color, déjala
Oh,
así.
zoom in.
You
Risky,
wanted that.
risky.
Megan.
Very
Miren
risky.
miren la cara, chicos.
You called them out.
Oh my god.
I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm just
People are saying this is Warframe's worst power creep yet.
Ese color también se ve
we do
lindo.
what we can.
Well, we had to afford our flights home
Tremenda
somehow,
gata,
so
sí, tremenda
the
gata,
launch
fuera de
is
juego,
July
¿eh?
21st.
July 21st. So
Window.
Valkyrie rework with Isle Weaver in our June update.
Yo la veo
and
más
then
como una
Valkyrie
tigresa,
Heirloom, July
pero
21st, right after TennoCon happens. But in terms of heirlooms, we did reach out to another community
La
artist to
bichota.
do what will be the heirloom that will come
No.
after Valkyrie in the beginning of 2026. But we did want to show you the concept here today. If we can go back to that asset, my friends, thank you. This is the Vauban heirloom.
Boban.
Oh yeah.
Pero es concepto, chicos, es concepto. Concepto de.
This is by
Miren esa
Lua
camperita, chicos,
Luminary,
miren
so
esa.
shout out to Lua
esa
for
camperita,
this concept,
ojito,
and he's got the coolest jacket in
Tirando
town.
facha,
And
Boban.
you can
You
take
love
Best.
that jacket.
I love it.
You
And
love-
he's got a chest.
and he's got a
He's got a
Chicos, ya
Does he
vengo,
have
ya
hair?
vengo.
Does
Un
he
segundito.
hair?
Justo me tengo que ir ahora, no puedo creerlo. Justo me tengo que ir. Pero no me voy, ya vengo.
Saying.
O sea, 2 minutos.
Honestly, though, I even love like base Vauban. For me, is like such a good fashion like canvas, and I think this is just such a good motif for him. It's so good.
And you will be able to toggle the puffer jacket on and off. So the drip or the muscles. So this is, I mean, and the heirloom system is something that we started. Obviously, it had a bit of it was a well-intentioned start with Frost and Mag, and now we've made our way to like a totally community-focused deluxe, I guess it's more than deluxe, heirloom skin program. So I think the past, well, I mean, it's very important system to us because, of course, Rhino was done by Minky, and now the past Ember, Valkyrie now, and Vauban are all from the community themselves. So it's we're excited to be
I
able
think that's really special. It's awesome.
So we
Yeah.
can.
Very exciting. We don't have time today to do a true full Q&A, but there is one person that was like begging to ask us a question. Can we, is that him right there?
Oh
Can we
no!
get a spotlight?
No!
We need a light. We need a light.
No!
Light that guy up.
No!
Sweeping light, missing, hitting.
No!
Sir? Sir.
Hi. Arthur James Nightingale here. I have a question for you. Obviously, I'm now last year's model. And I'm just asking why you're being really mean.
Chicos, no voy a decir nada, pero me embarazó con la voz este tipo,
Proto-frames who are
No
sexy
sé si a
and
ustedes le pasa lo mismo, pero a mí me está embarazando con la voz. ¿Qué quieren que le diga?
Rebecca, do you want to?
It's nothing personal. It's just the way things go. But maybe I don't know. Cat, help.
Sí, no, sí.
You're always my favorite.
Es Arthur, sí, es Cole, por eso digo.
That doesn't mean anything to me, Ken.
Tremendo, la verdad.
I'll tell you what. If you
You literally wrote me that
Imagínate
way.
tener esa voz. Imagínate tener esa voz.
I'm really lonely.
Listen, we'll give you some clown face paint, maybe.
A banana?
A banana or two. Yes? Oh, see, it's that simple.
That
Ladies.
would make me deeply, deeply happy.
Well,
All right. No more hot proto.
no more hot proto
No
frames.
more.
We'll write you happier in the next update. How's that?
Aw.
Thank you. I love you all.
Oh my God, your shirt!
¿Saben qué es lo peor de todo, chicos? Bueno, lo mejor de todo, que tiene pinta Arthur, ¿eh?
Oh. Oh,
A mí me
dear.
dicen, ese
Arthur
tipo se
nipple
llama
deluxe,
Arthur, yo digo,
baby.
ese se
Oh,
llama
yeah.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Come on, it would be great.
The shirtless update. Yeah.
We have the technology.
We actually do now. I
Yep,
didn't
the
know that.
technology, Yep.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Subsurface scattering.
All right. We actually only have 4 minutes left in this
no.
here dev stream.
Whoa.
This here
Oh.
dev stream.
We have more stuff to show, I hope.
I kind of wanted to go back to in-game. So sorry to my friends back in the house. One thing I didn't do was show Araxia in-game just super quickly in the arsenal.
Oh.
Ooh, question mark? What could it be?
Oh.
La nueva Warframe, chicos,
Here she
Horacia.
is.
So Araxia,
Buenas,
I think
Becky.
tech-wise
¿Cómo
is
andamos,
one of the most
Becky?
difficult frames we've had
Buenas
to implement.
tardes.
Like you were saying, with like the motion and the
qué
animation.
hace.
And
Horacia.
she's just turning out
Horacia.
incredible. The spider theme has been close to us for a long, long time. And the Nikita got this one out after many years of paper concept. So we're very, very, very excited that you get to play with her this June. She'll have her own boss fight. You'll be able to, well, as you can see,
Hasta
Megan
ahora,
is
Len,
giving her the...
Todos los diseños que han mostrado
What do we think,
me parecen
Chad?
todos muy
Chad?
bonitos. Por acá todo bien,
Yay,
Teki.
spider.
Spider frame. I agree
Okay.
completely. I
How
agree.
many people
Todo bien por
actually
acá,
expected
Vicky.
a spider frame today? Just say yes.
That's not a lot.
yeah,
That's
okay.
actually not a lot.
How many people are genuinely surprised? We did it. We did it.
Yes.
All of our schemes. Does she have a theme song? Yeah. Spider frame. Oh. Legally distinct.
Legally distinct theme song.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do we have? We have
Have we shown, we're not showing the actual movement yet?
That was what my little video was, but no.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we're still working on the animations.
Did you get any of the idle animations hooked up?
Just the one where she whips out her secondary with the little.
with a totally unique situation. No.
We did. There was some
Sí,
animation.
es
notes that I-
Spider-Man Frame, sí.
Is this the one with all the
Carva.
IK that's
Sony le va a poner una demanda,
You'll
¿viste?
see it.
Sony.
images?
Yeah, so this is good. Well, people will see it in June.
Okay.
Maybe
Por
we'll do some
Spider-Man.
teasing between now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's why it was crazy tech-wise, because all the extra...
Parece
limbs
Spider-Man
back
la vuelta a
there,
casa.
Animated, moving and contacting the world, and
Whole new rig.
all crazy rig stuff that's
Yeah.
made it difficult.
She's got spiders with her
very,
spider.
very interesting
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
so we have a lot. We'll recap because we're actually
Yeah.
1 minute left.
We yapped for a long time. So again, coming May 21st, your Rally Prime.
Ahí
with
viene a
all
ver
of her
Yarili
stuff.
Prime,
We
Compresa
have
Prime,
Cuervo
Daiku Prime,
and his sexy,
21 de
sexy
este
stuff.
mes.
Nightwave,
Eh,
Nora's Mix Volume 9 will be coming.
va a
and
venir con una
Apologies Life that we
Sandana,
listed, in
con
our
un
last
efímero y
dev
con un
stream.
dron.
And then as we mentioned, Isle Weaver in June.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Y en junio, esto es
Yes.
junio,
This is
ok.
a big one. We're very excited for it. We're happy that we were able to show it to all of our live audience.
En junio
that
viene
is
todo lo
attending
demás.
today, which is insane
Perfecto.
that people keep showing up, but we are so grateful to have you in our community, online, in person, to tell you about everything that's cooking for Soulframe and Warframe. And the team at
Horacia
home
viene el mes
who
que
have
viene,
made
chicos.
all of this
Horacia.
possible.
Yep.
The
Viene el mes que
team.
viene.
Let's give them a round of applause. They're all
Congrats.
over
Y
the
gran
place.
evento,
you.
gran
That's
evento
great,
también.
yes.
El mes que viene.
Yeah.
Buenísimo.
And thanks to all of you, of course. This is going to be our 10th TennoCon. We're maybe a Grandpa Steve, Grandpa game almost in a way. We've been here for so long, and it's really thanks to you.
Sinceramente, chicos, hasta ahora
Support
mismo,
and interest,
hasta ahorita,
advocating, for your
han mostrado
friends and
mucho
people
más de
who
lo que yo
try the
esperaba.
game and teaching them the weird
Ha sido una grata
aspects and
sorpresa,
making it fun
sinceramente.
as well, and we really owe it all to you that we can still come here all these years later. The last time I was here, I think I was scratching on the floor pretending I was a dog.
You jumped on the couch
Yeah,
like
I
a
jumped.
dog.
I did do the couch
Can't
jump.
believe you jumped the couch.
Yeah,
And your chair didn't fart.
I'm very
Yeah,
limber.
do the fart. Do the chair fart. No.
Wah.
We have 27 seconds left. Should we spend it doing that, or should we just
Chair fart.
chair fart? But
Yeah. But thank you all, and it was great to meet some of you last night. Obviously, we had a smaller venue, so we couldn't get everyone in, but had some lovely conversations with new players and long-term players. And it
Tiene
really
para
means a
muchos
lot.
años
It's to us,
Warframe en
it's
Black
very
Ops.
inspiring. We
Es
take
algo que
that
yo siempre lo
energy
dije.
you give us
Para mí Warframe tiene para
try to give it
muchísimos
back to
años
you
más,
in really exciting new things like spider frames and
Yes.
side boob.
All right.
Tienen una muy
It just
buena
hit
base
0 and they're flashing. We
que
are
pueden
so
hacer
grateful to
ya
have
con la
the
base
Kat.
que
Thank you
tienen
for
lo que
joining
se le
us for our first
antojen a
panel.
ellos.
Thank you, Megan, for organizing it. Everyone behind the
Thank
scenes.
you. Thank
And
you,
thank you,
everyone.
Así que
community.
bueno,
We love you
Warframe
guys.
tiene para rato,
Love you
chicos.
guys.